So hello everyone, I'm Tofu, welcome back to California, my western ghost town themed island, and today it's a bit of a chill one, but we're just going to be playing the game and then making our way to 3 stars on this island, and obviously unlocking terraforming, and then we can start decorating on all that good stuff. So plenty of things to be doing, plenty of tasks to get done. First port of call, however, is that I have an inventory absolutely full of flowers and bushes and things, so we're going to plant them down, obviously improve the nature aspect of the island. And yeah, then I guess we'll talk to Isabel and see what we need to get done. So there is going to be absolutely no rhyme and reason for these flowers and bushes and things. Honestly, the only reason I have any flowers at all, or will be planting any flowers at all, is because I know that I need to get to 3 stars. I'm not even sure what flowers would work in a western desert themed island. So it's a distinct possibility that I'll be getting rid of all of these. But like I said, it's just a means to make sure that I get to the 3 star, and then we'll work it out from there, I guess. Similar kind of vein as far as the bushes as well. I really don't know if bushes are going to suit the desert, but you know, maybe there's a small oasis section that will have an abundance of flowers and bushes and trees and things. I have no real ideas when it comes to like the full-on design of California. I'm just gonna see what happens. Obviously I do want it to be a ghost town, so it was definitely a built-up area at one point and was very prosperous. I have mentioned it plenty of times before, but I was thinking something along the lines of a gold mine, or just, you know, a valuable metal mine of some description, and it was doing really well economically. And then there was a big rush, so all the settlers came in because they wanted a piece of that pie, and then the bubble burst, and so all the people have left apart from the few stragglers, which will be the eventual villagers that we have on the island. And they all have their own little story to tell. As to what stories they are, it depends on which villagers we get. It's going to be a very narrative-driven island, as I'm sure many of you are aware, and I have mentioned a few times. But yeah, there are a couple of villagers that we have that will definitely be staying on permanently at this moment in time. So I'm thinking Billy, Gaston, both are kind of prospector types, and then Annabelle, which is yeah, just someone that I imagine would live in a warm desert environment. So very fitting because of that. Right, I need some kind of space to put these bushes, and so I guess here in rows just makes sense. Then I'll talk to Isabel, see what we need to do. I assume there'll be more plants and yeah, flowers, trees and things that we need to planted. And then there is a definite need for things like furniture. See, I need to do the town flag and the town tune and things like that as well. I definitely need to improve my inventory situation, so unlock all of that good stuff. And yeah, hopefully it doesn't take too long in order to hit the 3 stars, but we'll just see. Obviously, like I said, it's going to be a bit of a chill one. We'll do our various dailies as well, so talk to some villagers. We'll make sure we get all the fossils, and yeah, just have a good old time. So, like I said, there is no real rhyme and reason with the bushes and things. These are just some that I've picked up from Leaf when he has been on occasionally on the island. So I think it's just this set of hibiscus and the tea olives. We've got a little bit of nook miles just because of that, so that's good. I guess just the idea of planting bushes, so the first time I've planted a bush in this game, or on this particular switch I should say. And a random thing, if I happen to stumble over my words a little bit, or you hear a little bit of croakiness, it's because I've woken up a little bit earlier than I generally do, just to record this. So I have been meaning to record this for a little while, and things have just kind of got in the way as far as life is concerned. Just, you know, there's always a little task that needs to get done, and then you try and do it, and it ends up taking a lot longer than you expect. Or you kind of plan things in your head, and then the little one kind of, has other ideas, and so they end up taking a lot more care than you thought they would. Things like that, you know, just life gets in the way, and you can't always just drop things at the drop of a hat and go and play your Switch, which is unfortunate, but there we go. Anyway, there's obviously all of our bushes, so the 20 bushes there will grow up nice and strong. We've got all our various flowers. Here are the flowers that I moved earlier from the island, so I've literally kept just 4 of the windflowers, and then these are the hybrids that just happen to grow during my miscare of the island. I've completely de-weeded the island, and there were so many weeds. Anyway, let's talk to Isabel and see what we have to do next. Oh, apparently we have a 2-star rating, so that comes as a little bit of a shock, honestly. That seems to be the way when I try and do these episodes. If I'm doing a chill one where I'm just trying to unlock the 3 stars, I've generally started on 2. This is obviously an excerpt from Gulliver, or Gullivar, but if he was Gullivar the pirate, obviously he would be a little bit more piratey, if you know what I mean. Okay, so appealing scenery is what's needed, so I will gather a load of stuff from my home storage and just throw it around the island. Basically in a big bunch, just so it's really easy to then gather up later. I have improved my home size so that my storage is a lot better than it was, because I had the initial, I think, is it 80 slots? So I've upgraded twice, and I believe I've got 240 items available now in my storage. Anyway, whilst we're here, we might as well change the island flag and the tune. So I haven't thought about this at all, so you're going to have to bear with me, but let's submit the flag. So Isabel obviously loves it. I will make sure that I show it off as we leave the resident services, and let's get on with the tune as well. So a little something I have played along with, and hopefully you agree that it fits the Western theme. So hopefully you will recognise that it's the theme of the good, the bad and the ugly, and yeah, I think it's very fitting. I'm sure Isabel will absolutely love it as well, and she's just going to sing it to us. I barely heard that, honestly. Maybe it's a little bit too high pitch for Isabel, or she went into, the pitches that humans can't hear, but all the animals are going nuts. Anyway, I guess I am good for now. So I've just quickly jumped out of resident services to show off the flag, and it's very basic, you know, just a desert-esque scene, kind of during a sunset. So there is literally just the 7 colours, but I think it's pretty effective. Obviously you've got the little cactus in the foreground as well. But yeah, cute little thing. Obviously it's not too elaborate. I've not spent absolute ages making something that's like looking fantastical. It's just a cute little colourful design. So I ended up spending a lot more Nook Miles than I first intended, but I have got the tool ring, so obviously I need to fill this with all my tools. But oh, what a fabulous thing it is. We've improved my inventory space, so got the full whack of 40 spaces, and it's absolutely beautiful. And then I spent loads of Nook Miles on things like reactions, just improving the pro designs, things like that, and yeah, it's all good. I ended up wiping out basically all the Nook Miles I have, but it's fine. Obviously, that's what they're there for. Anyway, let's just jump into my storage of gather just, you know, a handful of items and plonk them down in the hopes that it improves the scenery enough. Also, let's just quickly talk to Goose, because, yeah, I'm not super keen on him. He won't be staying on the island. I you know, I can't imagine I'm going to like him enough to keep him, but there we go. He was jogging along the beach and saw Gulliver. Okay, so we've got Gulliver somewhere on the island. That's good to know. I should also build a bridge, so either here or then leading up to the right-hand, like top right-hand corner of the island, because that's where I plonked Gaston. But anyway, let's gather some items like I said I would. And but a small selection of various items that I intend to use when we're decorating the entrance. See, I have used a treasure island to gather a load of these things, and a couple of items have come from Utopia, so my all-sheep island, which I have completed, and I've kept almost as a treasure island in itself. And I'm definitely not going to be making this look beautiful, it's just going to be plonking them down. Basically, yeah, we just want the points, so here we go. I absolutely love these gazebos. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it, but they are so good when it comes to building fake houses. Just such a good item, along with the storefronts as well. Chef's kiss. I do need to make sure that I end up getting an absolute buttload of the wheat fields, because, you know, if you know me, I love a good wheat field, and this island is going to be no exception. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of wheat fields dotted around, whether it's just made to look like it's kind of growing through the path or whatever like that, or if we're actually going to have a little dedicated wheat field and like farm, I guess, in the middle of the desert. Who knows? But it would definitely be good to get hold of them. I have liked using them kind of almost like a weed in a lot of my islands. And yeah, I can imagine I'll do the same again on this island as well. There's a nice little selection of items here, almost like a snapshot of what I intend to do for the island design when I eventually get to it. Yeah, I'm sure you can see the vision that I'm going to be going for. I can't imagine that would be enough for Isabel to then give me the 3 stars. I was going to head over to Isabel and see what she thought, but I saw Annabelle, I saw Pappy, and so I couldn't help myself. Annabelle hasn't seen me for a while, and so obviously thinks I'm avoiding her. But let's just talk to her proper. What do I need? I want to chat. Oh, my friend Tofu. That'll be the Utopia Tofu. There we go, cool. Obviously, while I was dropping off all the furniture and various other things. Let's say hello to Pappy. What a cute boy. I love riding in stuff. Okay. Well, there's going to be plenty of covered waggers, I'm sure, on this island. He likes riding in cars. Okay. I don't think I've ever had this dialogue. Like, in the 5 years I've been playing, I don't think I've ever seen a lazy character talking about cars and explosions and screeching and whatever this is. And he's not allowed to drive cars. Well, I'm not surprised given his display. So I did just double check, and I was only at 2 stars, which, you know, was to be expected. I didn't think I threw down nearly enough furniture. I have, however, got myself a bridge. So I do need to make my way over to Gaston, or then the left-hand side. To be honest, the left-hand side would make a lot more sense. There's just a lot more space to run around. I just feel bad because obviously Gaston is over there. Let's use our new handy-dandy tool ring, shall we, and actually put some things in there. There, vaulting pole. Whee! Now I can show you where Gaston lives, and he lives in this tiny little patch of land. It's nice and private, you know. I imagine it would suit one of the cranky villagers really nicely, but I do feel bad just because he's on his own. But it makes a lot more sense that it would be over the bottom left-hand corner, so jump cut to me being there. Yeah, hardly the biggest run, but yeah, it would make sense to obviously go here. If you look at the map, there's a lot more area to run around, so I guess I'll put it here for now, and I'll make sure that I bridge over to Gaston in a little bit. Apparently didn't like that. I'm guessing that tiny little nub on the left hand was not cool. So let's go right at the bottom. Hopefully Goose is not in the way. He kind of is, but that's fine. Okay. The bridge has shifted him, so he's now just sat really disturbingly close to the gyroid. Kind of looks like the gyroid's just like scratching him or smacking him around. What a freak. Like, he knows he's weird as well. He looks directly into the camera with those staring eyes. Anyway, let's talk to Lloyd here and obviously get this bridge paid off. So when we skip forward to the next day, it'll be a shiny brand new bridge. Naturally only went with the cheapest one because I don't know if it will stay here permanently. I just need the points to basically get up to the 3 stars. I'm a little bit tempted to absolutely flatten everything on the island. I've never done that in its entirety. I'm sure it would take an absolute age to do, but it would definitely feel like a complete blank canvas if I did. I'm still umming and ahhing about that though, so you know, we'll see how that goes. So while I'm placing down this second lot of items, again no rhyme or reason, just plonking things down, I'll talk a little bit about the Nintendo Direct, or the Partner Direct that happened late July. It was literally the last chance they had, and a few people got excited over the fact that obviously a Direct was announced with the whole Animal Crossing rumours that a game was going to get announced. I think a lot of people's hearts dropped when they noticed that it was a Partner Direct, so it was clearly going to be like third-party developers and yeah, indie titles and things like that. So you weren't going to get any mainstream, but there was a few people still online that hoped, or I guess didn't understand what the Partner Direct meant, but yeah. As far as the actual Direct itself went, I think it was a little bit lackluster. I can't imagine, you know, there was something that I can't imagine that the entirety of the Direct would have excited someone. But I'd say there was 3 notable games, in my opinion, that yeah, made me just kind of look up, and that was Monster Hunter Stories 3. There was the new Katamari game, because I am quite a fan of the Katamari games, and there was something else, and it is absolutely just slipped my mind, and I cannot think of what it is. Oh, that's terrible. If I can think of what it is, I will shout it out at you, but it has completely gone from my mind, so apologies. Oh, it was Hyrule Warriors. God, oh, I feel bad for forgetting it. I'm quite partial to a Hyrule Warriors, or just those kind of games. I would say it's mindless fun. Like, it's a lot of kind of button mashing and just running around. But yeah, there's always something that kind of compels you to just play on. It's definitely one of those games where you just fancy kind of putting yourself in front of the Switch and not having to think too much about it. You just kind of get on with it, and like I said, it's fun. Anyway, here's another random selection of furniture that I've plonked down. Kind of creates this little entranceway in its own right. But yeah, it won't be staying here for the long term. Margie just pinged. I went to go talk to her anyway, but yeah, she just pinged. Okay, they've noticed that obviously I'm trying to get KK on the island, so she's going to gift me a bit of furniture. And she gives me a menu chalkboard. I mean, it's a very nice item. I'm not sure if it's something that will particularly go with the theme, but, you know, I could make it work. I've had to pop into Nook's Cranny just so that I can buy more flowers. I did double check with Isabel to see if the scenery was good enough, and I guess it is, but now they've said it's all about nature. So, annoyingly, I did actually get rid of a absolute ton of the windflowers that were on the upper cliffs and the back, just because I thought it was too much work, and knowing me, I would have just left it to absolutely go wild, and then it would have taken me like hours and hours to actually sort out. Also, I have no idea if I actually purchased any of those mums while I was waffling on. I guess I did. Maybe I got just the one. But yeah, just gathering various flowers. Like I said, it doesn't really matter which ones. Just going to plonk them down. Hopefully that builds up the nature points enough. I do intend to obviously gather the fossils and still talk to a few of the villagers, and we'll obviously move on to the next day so that the bridge is there and all that good stuff. Oh look, and here we have Gaston. He's managed to somehow hop over the river. Every day I take a stroll around here, so I know the island better than most. I've only ever seen you out of your house once, and you were trapped on that tiny bit of island, so I must doubt you for that. But then you did get over the river, so you clearly have some kind of powers. Anyway, enough waffling. Let's get these flowers down. I do like to try and create a small space where I can kind of try and contain the flowers. I think it's just easier to then gather them up later on. Stops them from going completely buck wild when they are breeding or duplicating as well. Generally it's a little bit more organised than this though. But again, I don't even know if I'm going to be keeping the flowers like at all. So it wouldn't be the biggest waste if I just then have to pick all of them up and either bin them or sell them. Also, another thing I'm not sure about is I really don't know whether I'm going to keep Nook's Cranny in its first state or if I should just upgrade it. Like, what do you think? Because I'm umming and ahhing about it. Obviously, it is an absolute pain to have to deal with just the original one, because then I can't buy or sell too many items. Otherwise, it will upgrade and kind of ruin the aesthetic. But I do think the original look kind of will suit the Western theme better. So I'm just going to run over to the Nook's Cranny now. I'll probably pop that balloon if I can. But yeah, this wooden shack with obviously the corrugated iron roof, it just feels like it would fit a Western theme a lot better, doesn't it? But, you know, you guys let me know what you think. I'm going to pop this balloon while it's on my mind. I keep forgetting that I have the tool ring now. Fantastic. What do we think it's going to be? 3, 2, 1. And it is iron nuggets. Well, I can't complain at that. Getting highly distracted with all the various things I've got to do. Whee! So you can grab a coffee and lay on this hay bed. Apparently. Maybe there's someone living in this covered wagon. They're making coffee. It's like a weird artisan coffee from ye olde times. Okay, I know there is a fossil here, so I guess I'll just gather them up. Because I want this to be like a old mining town of some description, I thought it makes sense that basically the museum has a complete fossil section. Like, I don't really care about the fish, the bugs, or the art, but it would make sense that if you were digging around a lot, obviously looking for all these various precious metals, then you're going to find fossils. Anyway, my shovel obviously exploded, so I'm going to get stuck. I'm going to gather some materials so that I can build another one. It's been so long since I've just played on this island that I almost forgot that I had this craft bench at all. I was about to run over to the resident services and obviously use Nook's one. I've just been bouncing between obviously villager hunting for this island, playing the GameCube Animal Crossing, and I've also done the island tours recently from some of you beautiful people. Oh look, and there's a lost item up there, so I'll probably grab that. But yeah, thank you very much for anyone that has been watching those videos. See, me playing the GameCube is just a lot of fun. It's just a good excuse to play a game that I never had the chance to, and it's just a chill time, and I'm really enjoying it. Hopefully you guys are as well. So thank you to everyone that watched the island tours, the dream addresses, and especially those that submitted it. So I think it was Cozy Girl and Tracy S. Firestone from YouTube. Was it Bryce and Tracy? I forget the names, I'm sorry. But yeah, a massive thank you to them. And a few people have submitted their dream addresses from that video as well, so I do intend to visit those in the near future as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And I'm currently looking for any other fossils that we can obviously dig up and give to Blavers. And they are evading me for the moment, so I guess jump cut to when I've gathered them all. Well, there's the second one. I have no idea where the others are. Oh, number 3. Wow, number 4 is right on the peninsula. I could have easily missed that. For some reason, I'm surprised I didn't, honestly, because I generally run along the cliffs, so as you can see, the peninsula kind of gets missed. For some reason, I did this loop right at the end, and yeah, just managed to see it. Wow. I don't think this ever happened before. But yeah. Oh, random thing as well, because I've been talking about the GameCube Animal Crossing, a little feature that I thought was really cute was that you can actually get fossils on the beach in that game. I just thought that would be a nice touch if they did that for the next Animal Crossing. Not that it's really a big, you know, development. It doesn't really add anything to gameplay or anything like that. I just think it would make sense. Obviously, you know, you've got this whole entire island, potentially with fossils. A few of them are going to be around the beach. Oh, and we have Gulliver here as well. Well, let's rescue him while we're here, shall we? Come on, wake up, you lazy bird. I swear, when you're running along the beach, you see loads of the melodic clams or the communicator parts squirting the water on the beach, and then the second you talk to Gulliver, they all go away. And so you've just got to run around aimlessly. But I swear I saw, like, just a good handful, and now I can't seem to see any. I mean, it's just sod's law, I guess. Now I just saw another balloon, quickly pop it before it flies over the sea, and we did manage to get it. 3, 2, 1, what do you think? Go board. Okay, definitely doesn't fit the theme, but, you know, it's a very nice item. I guess I'll just throw that down, because it's more points. I think it's pretty expensive for what is just a basic item as well, so that could make us some money if we do decide to sell a load of stuff to the Nook's Cranny. Finally got the last communicator part. I absolutely refuse to hop over the river just to look for this last piece, and it probably took me about 5 minutes of running around. Anyway, Gulliver, here you are, you dumb thing, you. Just gonna cram them into your phone and somehow that works. But there we go, there's another task of the day done. And as we needed nature points, I guess I'm gonna quickly buy a tree start. A sapling even. I was gonna say I don't remember what they're called. I'm gonna grab a sapling, plant it down, just see if that gives us some extra points, because honestly I don't think I've planted any trees on this island besides, you know, like the coconut trees. I'm sure I got some fruit from Mum at some point, so is that apples? I don't remember. But yeah, other than actual trees, I haven't planted any, so that can only add points to the score, right? And I guess we'll just plant them both next to the cuteness that is Margie here. A random cedar tree for no reason. Random sapling. We'll plonk the go board just near all the other tat. Oh yeah, I forgot I picked up the lost item. So whilst Annabelle and Margie are here, let's just talk to them and see if it belongs to them. Annabelle for no reason at all, just because I guess I'd already spoken to Margie and I felt bad that I didn't speak to Annabelle. Oh, this is the bag she lost. Fantastic. Maximum friendship points regards to that. A fab reward on my way. A bit of furniture. It's a menu chalkboard. Okay, cool. Has there been a sale or something on menu chalkboards that both Margie and Annabelle gave me one? Exactly the same? Yes, indeed they are. There we go, we'll twist them around so it kind of looks like, yeah, they're different. What are the chances? Anyway, let's talk to Isabel and see if her rating has improved. Probably need a lot more flowers, honestly. It feels a little bit of a waste because I'm going to have to just buy them to then get rid of them eventually, but let's see. So, as Isabel said, we are still at 2 stars, but interestingly enough, she said flowers last time, where it is now changed, and so we need to plant more fruit and or saplings. So I guess I was onto something when I bought the 2 saplings earlier. But yeah, we obviously have the abundance of pears, and like I said, I think it's apples in the top right corner. But we'll just gather some of those fruits and start planting them around. Because, you know, why not? Obviously it doesn't cost us anything, unlike buying saplings from the Nook store. I obviously need to get these fossils over to Blathers as well, but we'll do that in due course. I have no idea how many I need to plant, so yeah, let's just throw down 6 for now. I know that in the GameCube version of Animal Crossing, like, it's on a per acre kind of system. Like, that's the way you have to get your like perfect town, is you have to make sure that each acre is within a certain score. I couldn't really tell you much more than that. I don't know how it works, like, to be honest, very much at all. I've seen a few videos regarding gameplay, but most of my knowledge generally comes from the R-Hunter and his weird trivia videos, and like diving deep into the code and things like that, and how you can, I guess, exploit the game. But yeah, it's just been a fun time kind of playing a game I don't really know, and yeah, seeing the sassy nature of all the villagers and everything like that, especially Carmen. See, Carmen is a villager that we can no longer get, so it's kind of nice to have her on the in the town. But she is definitely very passive aggressive. I can see why people miss it, because obviously it's quite saccharine and everyone's like so cutesy and loving in the later games of the series. But yeah, I imagine if you were first playing this game when it came out in like 2001, 2002, depending on where you're from, you'd probably get some favourites. Because, yeah, Carmen and Spike definitely are rude to me, and I don't mind it. But yeah, I can imagine little kids would think it's like bullying. So, quick word to Isabel, and I do need more flowers, so I have cheated a little bit. I've actually gone back in time just a day, because I knew that I had Leaf on the island, and that gives me the chance to buy more flowers without spending too much at Nook's Cranny. Oh, and I guess I've spent enough money with him to get the hedge recipe. That's fantastic. But suddenly all the villagers are really keen to be in the town square. They're all exercising and just kind of getting in my way. Anyway, let's buy some flowers, get them down, hopefully we'll hit 3 stars. Ugh, now Rocket's just walked into my vision. Disgusting. I just saw a kid walking around, so let's have a quick word with him. Ciao, what? Another day in paradise. Oh, well, yeah it is. So it will be a paradise. Well, I say that, it will be a horrible rundown town that people want to leave. But that's fine. Plonk down these flowers and hopefully that'll be enough to give us the 3 stars. I think I'm kind of on the cusp. Honestly, it keeps on bouncing between the nature being too many, or sorry, not enough trees, and then not enough flowers, and it's not enough trees, etc, etc. So I think I'm getting closer. I'm pretty sure I've just unlocked more Nook Miles as well for the planting of flowers, which is always a good thing. More Nook Miles is always good. I just got so many things that I will need to purchase, especially when we unlock terraforming. All of that stuff is really expensive. So apparently we need more flowers still. So yeah, lucky that I did end up going back a day so that we have Leaf. I swear it wasn't this difficult last time, but then I did have just a massive conglomeration of flowers that I had acquired from my other island. Whereas this time I've pretty much gutted the entire island of flowers besides the small amount of windflowers that I showed off earlier in the video. I just thought it would be a pain if I left them, then obviously they end up, you know, breeding or kind of doubling, and then I forget about it, and then eventually the entire back end of the island is completely covered and overrun with flowers. And it's not like weeds where you can just run up and pick them up. You have to use your shovel, and then you end up breaking like 5 shovels or something. You can't just get rid of them or throw them in your storage. You have to sell them or throw them in a bin. It's just a lot of hassle. Okay, hopefully another 15 will be enough, but we'll see. Just before I forget, I'm going to get these fossils assessed and donated over to Blathers. Good stuff, he's found something that we haven't found before. I do hope in the next game that if you have to get the fossils assessed, that he just goes, I found something, I'll take them off your hands if you'd like, and he just does it. I guess it gives you the chance to see what it is you've actually given him, but, you know, you could make a list or something. There's ways of doing it, I'm sure. Let's say hi to Rocket. I don't like Rocket, but let's say hi and be nice, I suppose. That's nice. She likes the weather. Okay, so admittedly I have jumped forward a few days, so we now have our shiny new bridge. And the whole reason that I wanted to jump forward was to try and get all the flowers that we have planted, basically to the blooming stage. I don't know if that makes a difference, whether, you know, you can just plant the stems, or if you need them to be fully grown flowers for Isabel to actually count them as flowers. But yeah, let's just have a quick word with her. I'm sure I probably need more. You'd think with the fact that I've been playing this game for 5 years, I would know how to do this. But apparently that was enough. Just having the flowers actually in their blooming stage as opposed to the stems was enough to push us over to 3 stars, so we've done it. California is officially a 3-star island. And here he is, the man himself. It felt like such an achievement the very first time you managed to do this. Now, it's just, you know, part of the course. And so with KK obviously here doing his concert, I guess I'm going to call today's episode here. So thank you very much for watching if you made it this far into the video. If you enjoyed, please hit like and consider subscribing if you haven't done already. As far as the next few videos, on California we're going to be doing an entrance build, and obviously we need more villagers as well, so we're going to be doing plenty of villager hunts. And I also have a GameCube Animal Crossing planned, and I'll be doing some more tours of islands from you beautiful selves, so hopefully you'll join me for all of those videos. But until next time, I want to say a massive thank you, hope to see you in the next video, and until the next time, have a good one. Cheers guys!